Verbally Effective with Ena Esco is an interview-style podcast that intersects art, culture, politics, and entertainment with a Memphis focus. Each week, I'm joined by a featured guest with roots in Memphis. Verbally Effective delves into each guest's personal journey to uncover the incredible stories fueling their purpose, the highs and lows of their pursuits, and how through their passion, they are moving the culture forward.
It's Al Pickett, the founder of The Black Print, where I help people win in a brave new world through the financial markets, teaching them how to profit consistently through all the financial markets. And I'm here with Verbally Effective and Ena Esco.
We all around Memphis, Tennessee right here. We in the mix as well with DJ BA, a.k.a. No Genre, a.k.a. Brandon Adams. And we on Verbally Effective Podcast with Miss Ena Esco. Let's go.
Hey, it's your double E, Ena Esco, here live in the studio for a live Verbally Effective podcast. I have a young lady that I met over the weekend. Her name is Stormi Banks, and she is a sustainable funding coach. How are you, Stormi?
Hey, I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me, Ena.
Yes, and I know you have some ties to Memphis. We're going to get all into that.
Absolutely.
And you did an amazing job at the Dream Summit on Saturday, might I add.
Thank you. It was a really fun, platform to be on. I know that was their first one, so I'm excited to be a part of that history that was made.
Yes, and for those who don't know what the Dream Summit is, this was an inaugural event for financial literacy, right? So, they had some real big heavy hitters up in the building, but the biggest heavy hitter was Stormi Banks.
Period.
Okay. She was actually sitting on the panel that I moderated called The Investor's Blueprint. And we covered quite a range of topics. And when we got done, I said, Stormi, I got to get you on the podcast.
Yes, it's all about connecting and networking. So I'm glad that we were able to go ahead and make this happen.
Yes, definitely. Well, Stormi, let's get right down to it. Where are you originally from?
A lot of people actually don't know that I'm originally from Michigan. I was born there, but I usually claim New York because I spent most of my adulthood in New York, and I feel like New York is really what raised me into the woman that you see today.
Wow. So Michigan, you did mention Michigan. What part of Michigan?
Grand Rapids.
How long did you spend in Grand Rapids?
I was there a little bit into high school, so that was probably like 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. 14 years.
And what was the young Stormi into over there in Grand Rapids?
Oh man, young Stormi was mischievous. Okay, I was into a lot of sports. I grew up with my brothers, so we were into a bunch of sports and after school activities. We were in the band. My mom was a educator my whole life, so we were into a lot of like after school programs, and we were always doing like different foreign language programs and stuff as well. But I really have always been into sales and into business structure. I remember young Stormi had a flower shop business that I actually did throughout the summers that I would sell flower pots to my neighbors and things. So I've really been the same me. I just was a little rebellious back in the days.
Most of us back then in them teenage years, huh?
Right.
Wow. So you said you've been a salesperson.
Yes. This was really embedded in me. My dad was an entrepreneur my whole life. So, he sold everything from Huskies to, insurance to cars to everything. So seeing him and hearing his philosophy on life really was ingrained into me at a young age.
Wow. So you get it from your daddy?
The entrepreneur side, yes. It's coupled entrepreneur and education. So that's kind of really what makes me who I am today.
Definitely. Now, when you moved from Grand Rapids to New York, what sparked that move?
At that time, between that time, actually, I had to go to Memphis. I had to come here for a couple years. My mom had got remarried, and she's originally from Memphis. So she got remarried, and I moved here for a couple years to go to a hair school. I went to Paul Mitchell. And what incentivized me to move to New York was that I was, just finished school, and I had those starving artist dreams. And I wanted to go to the Big Apple to pursue those dreams and become the, entrepreneur, artist, or hairstylist that I had envisioned for myself. And I felt like, what better than to be the small fish in a big pond and then become the big fish in some point.
So what happened when you hit New York? Because, baby, that's the number one market. That's big city moves right there.
Yeah, I took a really humble approach. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get into one of the biggest salons, you know, in Manhattan, and I'm going to work my way up. I started as an assistant, and I was just assisting other hairstylists, and I would just go above and beyond. I was there on my off days. I was there, you know, on my on days. I was asking questions. I was just doing the work, and I was just hustling really hard. And eventually I got to become one of the top performing stylists at the salon. And that was just kind of how that worked out for me. I was really blessed because the people that I got to work with, they genuinely, you know, allowed me to work under them, and they mentored me and took me under their wing because I was so young at that time still. And I'm really grateful for that because that really helped propel me quickly.
Yeah, and New York is just like Memphis. Memphis is a grit and grind city. Like you gonna work for it, and I know New York has that same hustler mentality. Was it ever, you know, intimidating when you were out there trying to figure it out?
Yeah, no, not for me. You know, I think part of my makeup has always been the type of person who wants to disrupt things on purpose. Sometimes I was a rebel without a cause, and sometimes I was a rebel with a cause. But I was always excited for challenges. I was always excited for, you know, adversity because I felt like that was an opportunity to make change. And with me being in New York, I was young African-American woman. I was the only African-American woman in my salon. And it was just like an opportunity for me to really show what we were made of, right, in that space. I read a quote recently that said, go where you're unwanted because that's where you're most needed. And it was really a testament to, you know, my opportunity that I had in New York to show them this is what Black girl magic really looks like. We finna come in here and take over, and then allow the space for other African American women to be in this place too.
I love it.
Yes.
So are you still in New York?
I am in Brooklyn. Best-Stuy, do or die.
Okay, because I hear some New York accent, like you picked up on it.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. My sister is like, how did you develop such a New York accent? I was like, I am deep down in the boogie down, okay?
In the boogie down.
I am right there in Bed-Stuy, Fulton and Albany, okay? And when it comes to being in my community, I'm really heavy supporter in my community. A lot of the places around me are still Black owned in that community. So I always am like eating over there, shopping over there, talking to the locals. You know, I know a lot of the people that are over in my community, so I think that's really where it like instilled itself in me.
Yes, but you still make time to come see Mama in Memphis.
Oh man, absolutely. Yeah, I even shouted her out when we were on the stage because that's like my dog. You know, that's just really my dog.
I know she's proud of you.
Absolutely proud of all of us. She has 4 other kids too, so all of us are doing great things, and I'm super proud to be in community with these people that are doing amazing things.
So where do you fall in that 4-kid range?
Yeah, there's 5 total, 4 plus me, and I am number 4. I'm the baby girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you the spoiled one.
I never got spoiled because I was rebellious. I actually was the one that was the example. I had to be the one that was getting the whoopings and getting the punishments to show the other kids what not to do.
You didn't learn your lesson with your older siblings. You was like, no.
Nope. And you know, that's something I had to unlearn actually. Like growing up, I had to start learning from other people's mistakes so that I could kind of, you know, just not go through everything that had to be gone through. And that's something I had to learn growing up and maturing. But yeah, when I was younger, I was like, well, that was your experience. Let me try it my way and see if it's different. And it wasn't.
And you know what, Stormi? Those are like the best learning lessons.
Absolutely.
Actually. Okay, so you were a stylist in New York. Are you still styling someone?
No, I still own a company that we offer mobile hair salon services in New York, but I don't do any styling anymore. I haven't in a few years.
Okay, so what happened when you ended that part of your journey?
Yeah, I mean, it really was COVID that kind of like really pulled me through the transition. I had already been praying for a couple of years in the interim, and I was asking God, you know, I had already known like my hands was getting like carpal tunnel vibes, and I was like, you know, it's like really strenuous on my physical body. So I was already kind of asking to show me the path of like a less labor intensive job where I can still make the impact that I want to. And COVID really was that period where I had the time to really cultivate that. During COVID, I came back to Memphis actually to work out of a salon with my homegirl since New York wasn't allowing us to do hair anymore. And after I was working with my homegirl, I had saved up some money for some seed money into whatever my next venture was going to be at that time. And she ended up robbing me, which was like a crazy, which was like, I mean, it's a sad story just because you don't want to see anyone get robbed, but it was really what catapulted me to be like, okay, this is what I know I need to do now. I need to help women entrepreneurs learn how to get funding for their business so that they don't have to spend a year saving and then something tragic happens and they're back to square one. And so that's kind of what really pushed me into becoming Stormi Banks Pink Print.
Wow. So were you familiar with getting funding before that incident happened? Or is this something you just dove headfirst into?
Yeah, my first business, actually, my hair company, we were able to get a $20,000 loan for that business. So that was like, I had known that funding was an option for sure. And that loan really helped me build my company to where it is today. But honestly, it being that situation made me be like, okay, I need to give this knowledge to other people. And that's when I really dove into what all is really out there. And I'm like, it just opened up a floodgate to be like, oh my goodness, they have way more than just loans available for small businesses. They really help if you know what you're looking for.
Yes. And for those who don't know what a sustainable funding coach is, give us that definition, Stormi.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you guys that are listening who don't know what sustainable funding is, I focus on grants for funding because it helps your business grow for a long period of time that you don't have to worry about paying back. You really get to be able to have that moment to build your company without the stress of interest rates or late payments or having to find out, okay, how am I going to make this money by tomorrow so I can pay these people back. It really allows you that time to grow the business how it should be grown, other than if you're using credit cards to grow your business. You always have that stress and that anxiety to be like, I got to make sales, I got to make something shake. With grants, it's so much more sustainable for sure.
Yes, it is, because I do a lot of work with grants, getting contracted out, and I love it. I love it. Do you hear me? So let's talk about how you developed the pink print. Why call it the pink print? And I know you look beautiful in your pink. And when I saw you Saturday, you had your pink. It's all about the branding.
Absolutely. Yeah, the pink print, I really got the name specifically from the blueprint, but for women entrepreneurs, because
Gotcha.
the pink print focuses primarily on minority women entrepreneurs who are first time entrepreneurs. And so the pink print, it just was like, that's what it's got to be called. Like, this is the pink print, you know?
Yeah.
And with me being an entrepreneur for 10 years, I was like, I know what it takes to build 7-figure companies. I know, and I have a network of other people who have also done the same. And if I can bring everything that I know in my network into one house to be able to mentor other women, I know that I can build them into 6- and 7-figure brands as well. So that's what the pink print really created from. And it started off as just a free like online class, a free digital consulting agency where we would host Zooms and people would just come on. We would just be like, come on for free, and we'll like talk. Like, we would just be on there chatting and, you know, getting people resources. Oh, you need this? Okay, go here. You need this? Go there. And it ended up we were able to turn that into a paid monthly mentorship program. And after that, it really just showed us like our power in our community and in our network. So we just kept going and building more and more and more based off what the clients needed. And it's just continuously been a success. I'm just so grateful.
Yes. Now, you said the pink print was from Jay-Z's The Blueprint. I would have thought Nicki Minaj, even her pink print. And I was like, I don't think so. So I get it now. But when you said you started doing free, right? Was that part of the strategy to really do your research and understand who's tapping in, understand your audience and your market?
Yeah. From being in the salon, there was one valuable lesson that I learned, right? And it was that salon that I was working at, when we would book our clients, they would book our clients for us through their own database. So we didn't have any of our clients' contact information or anything. So the thing that I learned from that is to always get data in your business. So when we were doing the free events, it was part of the strategy, because it was like, okay, we may not be making any sales right now, but if we have this funding that could sustain us for the next 6 months, what we can do is we can get a bunch of data. So we literally were like doing free classes. All you had to do was register, right? Just register, give us your name, email, phone number, boom. Immediately, when we were able to get like 5,000 contacts in a really short period of time. And then at that point, I had known those classes, those free classes literally were just beta testing. What do the people in our community need, right? So we're finding out what products to create. We're finding out what time, you know, how much they can pay for it. We're finding out everything that's needed. And I'm just doing my research and writing down and continuously doing it to the point where it was like, okay, boom, we're going to bring our first product to market with everything that you guys have told us for the last 6 months of what you've needed. And we already know who our customers are because we have these 5,000 contacts that we're going to reach out to. And when we launched to a $10,000 launch because we already had done that groundwork.
Wow. Now, ain't nothing like getting that data, honey. The
emails. I'm telling you. If I could give any advice to any entrepreneur,
Yeah.
get the data.
Get the data off top. off top. Ain't nothing like it. Because, you can promote on Instagram, social media all day. But if you don't have those contacts, then what? And Instagram can do what they want to do.
Can't follow up, can't follow back. Like you have nobody to launch to, and that's the main objective, is to nurture people to know and trust you until you're ready to bring that product to market.
Now, what were some of the hard lessons you had to learn initially, Stormi?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned so many hard lessons. Have you ever read the book 48 Laws of Power?
Yes.
So I've read that book because of a lot of the hard lessons that I've gone through. I'm like, maybe I need to learn. So one of the things that I learned is in that book, it goes over to not outshine the master, right? And a lot of times, me being the person I am, I know that I'll outwork a lot of people. I know that I will, take that extra initiative, but I had to start being mindful of outdoing the person who was allowing me the opportunity to come through the door. And I think that was a really valuable lesson I've learned a couple of times in different ways until I really understood what was I doing that was making that person either feel uncomfortable or feel like I was trying to,
you knew something wasn't right.
It just wasn't, the energy would shift. And I never wanted to make someone feel like I was, either using them for the opportunity or, because it was always genuine, but it's just like, I want to take full advantage of it. But sometimes, your desire to want to go fast is what might make you fall. So I really had to learn, relax in every situation or opportunity that I get, and really just see what is the full benefit of every aspect that I can get out of this, not only just the propelling of my career or my entrepreneurship journey.
Well, let's stay there for a second. Never outshine the master. Did you have a lot of pushback? I know you said the energy shifted, but I mean, you said you had to sit still. Like, how do you handle that particular situation? Because it happens often.
Yeah, for me, it kind of happened in a sense where I had to realize that it wasn't my time yet and it wasn't my turn yet. And so it's like allowing people the space to fill out their dreams too, and more so trying to come in on the sense of, let me serve your purpose and what you're trying to do first before I just try to, get what I'm trying to get out of it, And I think it is still important to have a mutually beneficial relationship. Like, we both understand that you're getting something out of this and I'm getting something out of this, but sometimes put what you want last until you've completed serving someone else, and then they'll be willing to bring you up into what you're trying to do as well. So that's kind of something that I've learned along the path of just being patient. Patience
is so important, because sometimes we just want to go head first, let's do it, but it's a process.
Absolutely.
You have a team, right?
That's right.
Did you initially have one, or is this a part of the process? You had to develop this amazing team you have?
Absolutely not. I did not start out with a team, and it definitely is a process of building a team. And they have these sayings of hire slow, fire fast, and they have those for a reason. Okay. You have to, with building a team, I've really had to develop what are my company's core values, like what are personality traits that me and the other people on my team that are already there can work with before I hire someone new on. Price point, what to pay people, how to pay people. There's so many different things, how to terminate, there's so many different objectives when it comes to trying to hire people on your team, and it really takes a long time to perfect that skill. And I feel like you never really always have it completely right. There's always things that could be better.
As an entrepreneur, when you first started the Pink Print, how did you know it was time to start a team and develop a team? Yeah,
the first person that I really hired on my team was my lawyer, and I did that off the rip because I'm like, anything that I do, I want to be protected. I want my assets protected. I want me protected. I want what I'm building protected. So I hired a lawyer first. Then it was my accountant. I was like, when we start making money, I want you to know exactly every dollar and where it's going. So those two key components were like, period. Like,
that's your two best friends right there.
Those are like right and left hand in my company. So it's like I needed those. Then when it came to hiring employees on my team, it really was, okay, Stormi, what are the things that you are spending most of your day doing that aren't revenue generating? So once I figured that out, it was emails. It was like emails and following up with clients. I was like, okay, cool. So let me document my process through a standard operating procedure, SOP, and let me figure out how I can show someone exactly how to do what I do and why I do what I do so that they can take over what I'm doing. And I found a really dope assistant that I still have to this day who does all my email coordinations and everything of that nature. But it really was, what am I spending time on that isn't generating money?
Yeah. Wow. Did you have a mentor?
I've had mentors, but not in the traditional sense. A lot of people are like, selling the mentorship aspect as a paid thing. I've never had to pay for a mentor. I've had mentors in the sense of books. I've had mentors in the sense of just people like you and me who can drop a nugget. And one thing that I would say is if you can't like afford a mentor, like you just have to be a really good question asker. Like everywhere you go, anybody you meet, if they say anything that piques or sparks anything in you, just ask them as many questions as you have time to everywhere. And that's, that can be a mentor for you if they can give you a gem that can take you to the next level. But mentors are everywhere, and a good resource too for small businesses is SCORE is a really good resource through the Small Business Administration. They have free mentorship that you can actually get from people who have built 7-figure companies, and they do it completely for free.
Yeah. Why did you choose to focus on women entrepreneurs, Stormi?
We the goats. we the goats.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when choosing a market, it was two things for me. It was, I'm a woman, I'm an entrepreneur, and of course it makes sense, for me to do it because I'm an African American woman entrepreneur. I'm young, and I'm a first time generation entrepreneur when it comes to the level that I'm doing it on. And I'm like, okay, there got to be more people like me. So then, of course, I go into some research and I'm figuring out the market. Is this even a valuable market? Because, you don't want to be in a market selling products to a market that isn't growing or doesn't have the money to pay for your services or doesn't have a pain that you even need to serve. So when I'm doing my research, I'm figuring out like, wow, 2020, we accounted for 85% of the businesses that were, bustling during that time. I'm like, okay, women entrepreneurs, we growing at a fast rate. We're the highest people who are starting businesses in the U.S. right now. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's a growing market. And then I'm like, and what's the problem here is that 1% of minority women are getting funding. So there's a huge wealth gap that's happening in the funding space because either we have a lack of knowledge, a lack of resources, or a lack of pioneers who are willing to connect you to those things. So I'm like, well, in true nature of Stormi, I'm going to be the disruptor of this space.
Come on, disrupt Stormi.
Period. I'm going to be the disruptor of this space, and I'm going to, as loud as I can, preach to the people there are resources, and I'm gonna tell you where to get them, how to get them, and what you got to do when you get there.
1%, Stormi.
1%.
That is just fascinating to me.
It's insane.
It's insane. So through your platform, you are helping and promoting all of these wonderful grants for free.
Yep, all day, every day.
You're like, come and get it.
Literally.
Are they coming to get it?
They are coming to get it, but we've had to solve new problems, right? Once we teach them, okay, these things are available, we're finding that there's new problems, which is now why we've hired a group of grant writers on our team who can now like assist you to write your grant, like, okay, boom, these are the grants that are available in June. Now you need a grant proposal so that you can apply to these grants, okay? Because we know that time is of the essence. A lot of women entrepreneurs are also mothers or have a family or have a 9-to-5 or other things they're working on. So let us help you deplete that time by writing a grant that you can just upload to multiple grant opportunities. So we've been working out other solutions for these problems as well. But yeah, for free on our platform, we give out hundreds of grants a year.
I love it. Like millions of dollars.
Billions of dollars.
Billions. My bad. Billions. Now, other than the hindrance of the lack of knowledge of how to write a grant proposal, because you're getting them their first step with, hey, this grant is available. Okay, they need help with the proposal. What is another barrier to entry that you see with some of these entrepreneurs?
Time.
Yeah.
Time. That's like something we hear all the time. It's like, okay, Stormi, like I just don't have time to apply for these grants, or they don't believe that their business is worthy to be funded, worthy for the grant. They feel like, quote unquote, I'm just a small business or I haven't made any money. Like, sis, they're funding people to just get started. Yeah. They want you to become an entrepreneur because they understand that entrepreneurs are the baseline of the U.S. economy. They need your small business to be in your community. They need you to be making money. So however they can support you, there are opportunities like the 8A program through the SBA is a great program for women entrepreneurs. They have those things available. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It doesn't even matter if you've registered your business yet. Sometimes there's a grant out right now from InkFile, and they're giving out $2,500 grants just for you to come file a business with your state and get a website. So they have the programs. It's just I think people have to stop with the limiting beliefs around grants. And that's part of what we try to debunk is you can do it, and you're worthy to, and you need to if you really want to sustain a business.
Why do you think that mindset is there like that? Why do we feel like that?
It's probably a systematic thing that has been ingrained into us of just that worthiness and what we deserve in history. But I also think that a lot of people are new to entrepreneurship. And so they just don't understand what it really all will entail. They might see, their homegirl selling lip gloss or makeup or doing hair, and they look at entrepreneurship as just the sales aspect of it. But they don't quite understand that, when you get back in the back end, it's the sales is the cute stuff. That's the stuff that's cute. The real stuff is the paperwork. And so when they really get into it, it could become discouraging if you thought that I was just going to get in here and start selling some, whatever you have. But I think the paperwork is kind of discouraging when you don't know what you're doing. So it's easy to give up on yourself when you're like, well, I don't have nobody to show me what to do. I don't know what's available. This stuff is costing $10,000 to get started. And I'm going to just let this go.
But the money is there. It is out there. Something that's interesting to me is we talk about entrepreneurship, and there has been an influx of entrepreneurs since COVID. Even you with the pink print came out and really focused and zoomed in on your business. Are you noticing, I guess, with so many entrepreneurs and people quitting their jobs, what is it called? The great resignation. So many people have resigned, like myself. I resigned from my corporate job after 20 plus years last year, and it has definitely been a journey.
Absolutely.
So, are you seeing like peaks and valleys with the amount of entrepreneurs that you're working with as far as numbers, or is it a baseline, or what does that look like?
During COVID, I think every business had an influx in sales. Every business, if you came out during that time, you were sadly proven, like you were really set up for failure during COVID because everybody had money to spend. Everybody had time to spend the money. And now that some people are back at work, or now that some people's money is getting tight, we're also in a recession. Gas and eggs is the price of a house.
Girl.
So, now that people are really starting to see, okay, I got to get tight with my budget and I got to figure out what's really valuable and necessary. Everyone's business has seen a decline in sales, and that's just the current market. But like I'm saying, the people who are going to be sustaining through the next years and who are going to really see that increase happen after this recession is over are the people who can get funding, are the people who I'm not depending on sales in my business to keep my business afloat, because I can write grants all year and get, $250,000 worth of grants that can sustain my business for the year, pay my payroll, any other expenses, and anything else would just be a plus on top of it.
Boom. Now, one of the things we talked about Saturday is AI, artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Talk to the people with Verbally Effective on how you utilize AI in your business.
Yeah, AI has really been a game changer in our business, and it really has been a game changer for my staff, really, because we've been able to create, like email sales scripts, email pitches, like all of that type of stuff has really become automated. And I haven't gotten rid of any staff yet because we're still learning the process and how it works. But even my accountant better watch out, because AI
I heard about that.
Yes, AI. I took, a P&L that she gave me and put it in the AI and told her to create it based off of some bank statements, and it created me a whole nother, P&L statement. So I was like, sis, look over this and see if this is right, because if this is right, you might have to come down on these prices. But I think it's honestly been a game changer for us, just to kind of, like I said, we haven't navigated for long, but just seeing the possibilities of what it can create and the accuracy of it, it's definitely gonna put some people out of jobs.
That's what they're saying, honey. But you see it for yourself, just utilizing it. And another thing I heard about AI, I've heard so many great things, but I guess some of the negative things that I've heard about AI is, people prompting the scripts, but it's giving information or data back that isn't correct.
That's the part.
Yes. So I'm sure they're still tweaking now.
Right.
But
definitely. And that's why we haven't let anybody go yet. We've still been kind of working it out, seeing how accurate it really is. And honestly, train your staff on how to work it, because that's just another skill that they'll
Yeah.
appreciate you for having, that they can take with them, that makes you as an employer more valuable as well. So we've been working with it a bit and trying to see, okay, how can we integrate this into what we're already doing to, streamline our processes and speed up our response rates, just to make our customers have a better experience. And that's kind of our main focus. We're not trying to use it to do anything miraculous at this point.
Yeah, we testing it. We in beta testing.
We in testing phase.
Stormi, tell me about the products that you provide with the Pink Print.
Yeah, the main products that we provide, we focus on our mentorship program, which offers weekly classes every Monday night. And inside of that program, we have, I'm talking about literally everything from marketing, budgeting, finances, legal, graphic design, anything that you can really think of, funding opportunities, real estate. We have those classes available for women entrepreneurs, and we have about 350 mentees in that right now. So it's a great network of women entrepreneurs if anyone's looking to get some help, and it's a really affordable price. And then we also offer, like I was mentioning before, our done for you grant proposal packages, which we write the proposal for you, and then we host a free class for you to come to where you can apply with us to different grants. And we also have a credit repair company inside of Pink Print as well, because we know that credit can be a huge barrier between getting funding that you need for your business. So those are our main 3 products that are our best sellers and that people love the most.
Wow, amazing. I really like that concept of the mentorship program.
It's so fun.
Because really you're building community, and you never know how you affect someone's life with the information that you provide. I know that feels rewarding.
Absolutely, especially when the ladies, every class we say, are there any wins from the week? And just to hear the wins that they have, and to see the way that their business have grown, especially the ones that have been with me for a year, it's just really remarkable to see that just simple knowledge really can spark something in somebody to just do amazing, incredible things in their lives and in others. So it's definitely rewarding.
Yes. Where are you taking the Pink Print on the next level? What's the next level for the Pink Print, Stormi?
Yeah, so we're focusing a lot on corporate partnership this year. You guys will be seeing us coming out with a few different partnerships that we just recently signed contracts on. So we're trying to really become like the woman SBA, We're trying to really become a small business administration focused on women entrepreneurs in the minority sector. So that's where you're going to start seeing us going. Huge events, lots of corporate partnerships, and just like more and more resources and more in-house partnerships to help the women entrepreneur collectives.
Do you feel like that's where it's at? That's where the bag is with the corporate sponsorships? Because I know a lot of people that are ready to scale and take it to the next level. The talks of corporate partnerships are intertwined in those conversations.
I feel like the bag is where people have proven that they make money, and huge Fortune 500 companies have proven that they've made money. And so if you want to, get sponsorship for events, or you want to, tap into government programs that are available for, they're going to know about it because they have the team, they have the bandwidth, they have the money.
They got the money.
And so partnering with them is really becoming a no-brainer for us.
Yeah. When I quit my corporate job and went full force with Ivy Multimedia, I went straight to the corporation.
Period.
Because I already knew, because I worked in one. I
Exactly.
knew, from a budget perspective, they want to partner with the community.
Absolutely.
Small businesses.
Absolutely. And we have an incredible database that a lot of people want to tap into. So
you got to pay for this data.
And do.
Oh.
And
wow. And do. I like it. Stormi, what you over there doing for fun in New York? What the Stormi that's not, pink printing today? What are you doing on an average day? What life look like?
Yeah, I just got back from Japan. I spent 30 days in Japan, and that was really
30 days?
cool.
Doing what?
No, not 30 days. We spent 2 weeks in Japan in May.
2
We spent
weeks.
2 weeks in Japan. I was in Bali for 30 days. But
Oh.
that's kind of what I do. I like to travel. I like to get re-inspired. I like to, completely unplug from everything for a long period of time and just go explore. That's something that really makes me happy. It's like exploration.
Tell me about Japan. Were you in Tokyo?
Yeah, we went to we did Tokyo, we did Osaka, and we did Kyoto. So we did 3 different areas, and we had a blast. When I tell you, we ate until we couldn't eat anymore. And people think that, I don't know where people get it that you're gonna be hungry when you go to Japan, but you are going to eat, child. We ate
What
so
were you
good.
eating out there?
we were eating sushimi, ramen, yokoto. Like, we were just eating a little bit of everything, and we were trying to be as local like as possible to eat like their local dishes and things. But we were just enjoying ourselves so much and just seeing the culture. Like, the Japanese people just have such a thoughtfulness to the way that they live life. Like, they're so thoughtful of the other people around them in their environment that it was just really refreshing. Because New York, they just be throwing trash on the ground, bumping all into you, holding up the train. It's just giving ghetto. But when it comes to Japan, they were super thoughtful, and it was really, really awesome.
Super thoughtful in Japan. In New York, not so much.
No.
Girl, let me tell you about a time I had visited New York. We were like in Times Square. This is like my first time in New York, in the big city, right? And the guy I was talking to at the time, he was like, well, we got to go get some pizza from, I guess, this popular pizza place. Girl, when I was trying to order my food, she was like, so what the hell do you want? And I was like, excuse me? I was so shocked that she approached me like that. Like, can I think about it? Like, I was holding something up and there was no line behind me. That's normal.
Normal.
Oh my.
Very much so. Yeah, we don't have time to not even have time. So
I see.
You got to come on with the come on.
Oh wow. Okay, let me rewind though, because you said Bali as well. I've been seeing quite a few people go to Bali. How is Bali?
I did love Bali, and it was so cheap. Like, I lived off of probably like $1,000 for that 1 month, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And I did so many things. I lived in a villa. I had my own private pool. Like, it was really nice. I had a little scooter to ride around. I just I felt like in Bali I was fake vegan in Bali.
You was fake vegan,
and and I just feel like I really lived a peaceful life. I didn't do the luxury, travel. I tried to do a backpack, really humbled, grounded trip, and it was very memorable. And I solo traveled, so it was just
you were
super
by
dope.
yourself.
That's my like necessity in life. I have to solo travel.
Are you the type never met a stranger, can meet friends while you're by yourself, or
it depends on after I got robbed, I kind of had like some like PTSD.
Oh yeah.
So like some certain activity, like if somebody does a certain thing around me, I won't be able to. I had to start getting on alert mode. But for the most part, I'm super open booked, and I love just having fun and dancing in the rain. Like, I'm just that type of girl. Like, I'll take my wig off and put my feet up,
Come on,
and just enjoy myself for sure.
Wow. And I hate you got robbed in Memphis.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
From your home girl.
It was unfortunate.
But let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about Memphis for a minute. When you come home to Memphis, but your mom is in Memphis, I ain't gonna say home, but you got ties and roots here. What do you like to do in Memphis?
We go to what's the park called where they have like the canoes and the
Shelby Farms.
Yeah, we go to Shelby Farms.
Okay,
so
you like nature.
Yeah, I'm a nature girl. We go to Shelby Farms and hang out. We of course we eat at all the top barbecue spots. We do a little barbecue tour. Last time we were here too, we got on the the little bird scooters that they have, and we just did a bird scooter tour downtown. We had a good old time with that. But my siblings usually come with me too. Like, we come like July 4th, Christmas, and those type of times. So my mom has like a pool and a garden, and we really chill at the house and just catch up, because we all over the place now.
Yeah, Memphis is home for me right now. I'm originally from Beaumont, Texas, but I've been here since '95. But just your perspective from a business perspective, with you living in New York and you already knowing a lot about the Memphis market, what are some of the things Memphis needs to work on, in your opinion, that you see off top?
I think Memphis just needs to start building more of a community. I haven't really, and I haven't been here so much, but I was even talking to someone else who has a podcast here as well, and they were like, we don't have like huge networking events for entrepreneurs. Like, that's why I was so grateful to be a part of the Dream Summit, because like we need you guys. I think you guys need more of that. You need to really showcase the community that you guys have, or even on the news. There's always something. Kia Boys and the rest of the folks. It's not much on just like, hey, look at these people doing amazing things in their community and like serving their community. So I think you guys, we need to come up with some kind of event that we can really do and keep hosting it all the time, monthly, to get these people together so we can create a space for like-minded individuals more and more.
Yeah. Well, Memphis, are you listening to that advice from Stormi Banks? She knows. I'm sure there are a lot of those type of events in New York.
Oh yeah, we popping. I'm going to one on the 22nd.
Girl, I bet you stay booked and busy.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing.
Yes. Wow. Well, I really pray that your business grows and grows to the magnitude that you want it. Partner with those corporate big wigs out there, because they're going to give you that money. They're gonna make it pop for you.
I receive.
Yes, ma'am.
That.
Yes, ma'am. But you know what's something that we didn't talk about on that panel before we come to a close? I heard some of you mention it, but I was trying to stay on task about scammers.
Child.
What is the big thing with these scammers online? Is it an online thing? Is it in the entrepreneurial space online? What is going on, Stormi? Educate us.
Listen, I mean, I've definitely been seeing the recent allegations of these internet gurus and Instagram
Earn Your Leisure
gurus.
That's what I've been saying.
The most unfortunate part about it is that it is our responsibility to do the due diligence necessary to make sure that we are bringing the community that we're serving, proper legal good advice that they can use without potentially seeing some type of hardship in the future from the advice that we're given. So it's definitely unfortunate that this stuff is coming out, but I do believe that
is it true?
I have no idea. I'm not connected to them in that sense, so I wouldn't know. And I haven't seen any, they say show me the paperwork. So I haven't seen anything, but I wouldn't be able to really speak on if it's true or false.
It's just the allegation of it all, though.
Right. And that's definitely, damaging, potentially damaging for sure. But I just think that it's important, for the ones that are continuously giving out good information to just keep screaming it from the mountaintop and keep focusing on the positivity and keep going forward with the things that you are doing that are amazing in your community. But it's definitely unfortunate for sure.
It definitely is, because two podcasts, or even I would say very big on YouTube as well, that I've been following have been accused of scamish activity. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Then it's another video about it, then another video. Because once they start, they keep coming.
Absolutely. I just tell all the consumers who are listening to this and are going on your entrepreneur journey to please do your due diligence, because as much as it is the responsibility of the person whose platform it is, you also do have responsibility as well to make sure that you are, giving your dollars to someone who is legitimate, someone who is, been proven in their market, someone who has shown that they have receipts from other clients. So make sure that whatever you're thinking about investing your money or time into, that you've done your due diligence to do the research and make sure that that is going to be a fruitful investment for you.
Yes, you don't want to feel violated at the end of the day in any kind of capacity. Now let's talk about your platform online, because I see you have a huge following. How do you choose to engage with your online community? Is that a big factor of your business?
Oh man, yeah. We get most of our leads that we're getting, like our customer acquisition cost is like in the hundreds, like super cheap, just because we get most of them off of free Instagram posts and reels and going live, and we collect everything that we need from there. Instagram has been super pivotal to our business, and I think I love to go live, like, and just do a live broadcast on my Instagram platform.
Have you always loved that?
Yeah. Yeah, because I like talking to the people, and like on live you can see the comments and stuff, and I be laughing. We be on there crying. Yesterday I was like, coming up with a song like get that money, like, and we just be you could just be who you want to be, and then the people that like who you are, they just gravitate towards you. So it's like really fun to just be able to show your personality. And I think so much in business we always think that you have to be like this professional corporate suit and tie person, but I love that I can be myself and dress how I dress and talk how I talk and still find people who support me, love me, and patronize my business.
Yes.
So I love Instagram for that. Shout out to Instagram.
Do you think the go live factor has really boosted your business going live?
What part of it?
The going live part, like actually that live factor, because a lot of entrepreneurs I talk to, or people that really utilize social media, they go live, like and it increases engagement for them.
Yes, and it also allows people to see you, because most of the times on Instagram, anybody could get a video, post a video on their page, post some words on it, and then say it's whatever it is. and create a website that corresponds with it. But like you said, with the scammers, a lot of people are doing that with like AI. They're creating like fake videos of different people. So when you could get on live and somebody could see you, like, okay, I know that's Stormi. Yeah, like anybody else, that ain't Stormi. This is her. She goes live. You know, it's kind of like, okay, well, does that scam page go live? Tell them to go live. Tell them to send you a voice note when you're talking to them through the DM and they tell you to buy something. Like, I send voice notes. That way people know, like, okay, that's her. Yeah, it builds just a deeper connection with your people, and they begin to just really trust you a lot more. I think we're going live.
I'm gonna go live.
You got to go live.
Then maybe we could do a live together.
Yeah, set it up.
I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Set it up. We'll have a good time on live.
Oh my, we're gonna do it. Stormi. Any advice for people out there that are very interested in becoming a member of the Pink Print mentorship program, or really investing their time and energy into some of your products?
Yeah, I mean, the advice would be, we definitely believe in a results-driven community. So I would tell you, before you even come, really decide if you want to move forward with your business, if that's really a goal of yours, because we're going to give you the resources, but you still have to do the work, right? We still need you to show up for yourselves. My gym trainer was telling me, like, I can show up at the gym and train you and help you lose weight, but you got to get out the bed and make it to the gym.
Okay.
So if you're ready, or you're really feeling like, okay, I'm ready to do this, please just DM me on Instagram right now, at Stormi Banks _ STORMI Banks BANKS _ just DM me. I want grants, and we'll make sure that we get somebody to reach out to you to get you where you need to go.
Yes, ma'am. Any final words, Stormi? I have truly enjoyed you here on Verbally Effective. You are indeed verbally effective, might I add.
Thank you.
Because you got it going on, lady.
Thank you. I really appreciate you. Last words from me is just like, thank you, God, for the opportunity. Thank you for being so open to me coming on here, and good luck to everyone who's listening.
You're welcome. You're welcome. There it is, Verbally Effective family. We just sat down with the amazing sustainable funding coach, Stormi Banks, the founder of the Pink Print. Please tap into her network and really take your time to look at the Pink Print, because she is doing some absolutely amazing things for women entrepreneurs. And we're going to keep her in our prayers so she can just excel and scale her business as well. Thank you so much, Stormi, for joining me today on the Verbally Effective podcast.